Hello, friends. This is Mac Payne, founder, owner, and operator of the Vietnam Veteran News Podcast, where we bring you news about the Vietnam War and the brave veterans who served there, as told to you by yours truly, a Vietnam veteran. In this short video, I come to you with news. I have just published another podcast episode over at Vietnam Veteran News. This one is number 3332. I highly encourage you to go over and listen to it because it has to do with something very interesting that just occurred up in Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakehurst. Seems like these days they join together military installations from all units that are close to each other and call them a joint base. That's what they did here with Air Force Base McGuire, Army Fort Dix, and I guess Navy Lakehurst. They're all in New Jersey. Something very interesting recently happened there. At this JBMDL, they have on display like a museum of aircraft used in our military. One of those aircraft there was an F-42 fighter bomber. It was rehabbed back in 2011. It's been on display there ever since. Recently, it was decided it needed a redo. The canopy was cracked, the paint was faded. So they got together a group there at JBMDL, and they decided they were going to rehab that F4, which they did. It took them about a year to do it. Recently, it was rolled out, and it is beautiful. They did a good job on it. In this podcast episode, I share a story that was put out by the information office at that joint base where they talked about this aircraft that was retrofitted, and it is now on display. And if you're in that area, I would advise you to go up and take a look at it. It's a beautiful aircraft. They did a great job. In the story I share on this episode, it tells the background of how it all got started. It talks about all the work that went into it. And then it talks about putting it back on display. It's a great story. And if you are interested in aircraft used in the Vietnam War, I think you would enjoy listening to this story. I've made it quite easy for you to access this episode. There are 3 easy and quick ways you can get there to the episode and start listening. The first and the quickest and the easiest way to do it is to simply scroll down below this 1965 version of a Philco TV set, and there you should find a live link that'll take you straight to podcast episode 3332, and you can be listening to what the wonderful people up there did to extend the life of this F4 jet. If you like aircraft, you're going to like this story. If, for some reason, you cannot locate that live link on the device you're watching this video on, as one of my favorites, Crocodile Dundee would always say, no worries. All you've got to do is go to this URL, VietnamVeteranNews.com. When you get there, click on episode 3332, and you will immediately be taken to it, and you can listen to it. But wait, there's another way you can go there that's quick and easy, and that is with the QR code. If you're familiar with QR codes, you know how easy they are to work with. For that reason, I have created a QR code that'll take you straight to this podcast episode, just for you. So you have no excuse for not listening to this podcast episode about how they rehabbed an F4 from the Vietnam War up at Joint Base MDL, right there in New Jersey, not too far from New York City. If you're in that area, why don't you go over and take a look at it? The people who put a lot of time and effort into rehabbing this jet would appreciate it greatly. Before you go to listen to this podcast episode, do me a big favor. Like this video. The more people who like it, the more people will see it. And that's what we want. We want people to see it. We are proud of the work these people have done to bring this F4 back to its original condition. You can also do me another favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That'll help people see it too. So with that in mind, please go over and listen to the podcast episode. Here is the QR code. Go for it. Were you able to connect with the QR code? If not, don't worry about it. I'll leave it up a little while longer so that you can access it and start listening to the podcast episode. So go to it again. This is Mac Payne here, calling it in to this short video where I let you know I just published another podcast episode about how they rehabbed an F4 jet up at Joint Base MDL in New Jersey. So please listen to the episode, and then if you have the opportunity, why don't you go up to New Jersey and look at it in person? It'd be worth the trip. So again, thank you for listening. We will talk soon.